Hey everybody, Mr. Regan here, and today we're going to be looking at how you're going to be analyzing your iterative testing data so that you can help yourself decide how can you improve your treatments over time. And to do that, we're going to look at some example data here, and then you're going to be answering some questions about what you see in the data. We'll be going through how to analyze it and then how to use that data analysis to make your next tests. So let's take a look. Here you'll see two examples of some data that we might collect on malaria. And we see that we have two different versions 5 and 6. Each version has a set of drugs with different doses for different days. We've collected our testing data, not only the resistance levels and the population data, along with costs and side effects, but we are now looking at them side by side. When you analyze your iterative data, you're going to need to decide, well, what went well, what didn't go well, and what do I need to do in my next test? And to do that, you got to compare what you see. So, for example, when we look at this, we see that in the first test, we have a lower resistance level. So, this tested a little bit better with that one. We see that no change in the population, whereas this one had an increase. And the cost for this one was a little higher than this one, about $100. This one has some moderate side effects, but this one doesn't really have any side effects. So this one here did a lot better with the resistance levels and the total population, but this one did a little better with costs and side effects. And from here, you need to think like a scientist and an engineer and decide, well, which of our criteria matters most to you? Was the resistance level more important to you? Was the side effects? Was the cost? And which of those do you want to see again in other tests? If you want to see low side effects and lower costs, then your test should look more like this. If you feel that your resistance level should be lower and there should be a lower population, then your drug test should look more like this. And as you find success with different criteria, you should look to copy things that worked and get rid of things that didn't. But you have to decide which is most important of our three criteria and then decide what do I need to keep for the next test and what do I need to throw out. So, when deciding which of these versions you would want to submit, maybe as your final test and why, you have to think about which one addresses the criteria the most and why, and kind of what you would do next from there. So that's how we're going to analyze our data. If you have questions on how to do that, or maybe you want to bounce ideas off of or analyze some data together, call me over. Otherwise, go ahead and dive into our questions here. And I want to see what would you decide in that situation with that data. Good luck.